speaking of men who hold values,
Do better, dude.
yes.
All right, guys, this next segment, we love highlighting guys that are out there in the world doing positive shit because there's a lot of chaos, and you turn on the news or social media, it's kind of a shit sandwich sometimes. So we like to highlight a do better dude who's out in the community doing something great, and JR brings him in. We talk about him, acknowledge and recognize, and pay our respects. Who we got this week?
All right. Our do better dude this week. November 19th, 2022.
Chilly evening.
Information technician second class Thomas James is in Colorado Springs at Club Q when a gunman opens fire in the club. Very dark way to start do better dude, but it gets better. Right. It is a mass shooting that takes place. People do die. People are injured. But as I said before, Thomas James is in the club with his newfound family out there in Colorado Springs, and he jumps into action with someone firing a live arm, grabs the gun from them, and puts them into submission and holds them in place and waits for the cops to come. Now, he didn't pull the gun and put it back on them and end their life, although, there is a group of people who say that he should have, but he leaped into action in a setting where there was nothing but chaos, in a club where people are dancing, trying to have a good time, and he jumps into action, grabs the gunman, puts him down, and with him and one of his other buddies, they wait for the authorities to arrive and turn him over. He suffered burns on his hands, some minimal injuries with that, but for the most part, very unscathed by that, and
amazing.
Stopped what could have been even worse than the number of people.
That's a perfect example of the values we just talked about,
100%.
right? Honoring your training, honoring your community, taking care of them.
Yeah.
Duty, like it's my duty to stop and to protect and provide. Courage, like you got to have a lot of fucking courage to run after a guy with a gun. Strength, mentally, emotionally, physically, like you have to be in a position where you can actually do something. I think perfect example of traditional masculine values leading in a way that create a safer environment, that protect people, that serve people, and also display like what true courage and leadership is.
Yeah, because the opposite would be self-serving. I'm going to flee and run when he has the opportunity to, and how much worse would it have been had he not stepped up and protected?
Yeah. He either stays there and he hides and the firing continues. Maybe he gets shot. Maybe his friends get shot. But
how many others do? Yeah. Or he steps in, steps up, and takes action. I fucking love this.
Also, he was not armed either. Yeah. He went after him without a gun. Because I imagine if he had a gun, he probably would have opened fire and tried to shoot him rather than grab the gun from the guy.
How much more courageous do you have to be to go attack a guy with a gun being defenseless? Yeah. I mean, right? Not having a gun yourself. I mean, it's incredible.
Yep. Yeah. So
it started a little dark, JR.
It did. I know.
And it's still unfortunate to all the families and everybody impacted by that. Obviously, prayers out to you guys. Still a dark story, but I think a really good testament to the opportunity we have as men to protect and serve and step up.
It is a tragedy with the people who were killed and the people who were injured, but it's also just, think about the people who lived too 100%. From it, and their lives can now continue because of his own actions. It's terrible what happened. No one, and that's why, I don't want to talk about the gunman, but his actions saved lives.
100%.
Great example.
Well, that's going to do it for episode 7 of The Beardsman.
007.
007. Told him I thought about wearing a suit because it's 007.
Yeah, we should have coordinated that.
Should have.
Yeah.
Oh, well. We'll do 008
Run it back.
next week. All right. Let's reset the cameras. All right.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We know there's a million things you could be doing right now. And if you chose to listen to this show, we deeply appreciate you. Thank you for the gift of your time and attention. If you need anything, you can hit us at support@LiveBearded anytime. We're here to help you with all the things. Until next time.
Live bearded.